Choosing the wrong brokerage is one of the most expensive mistakes a real estate agent can make. And I don't mean expensive in terms of money, although that's part of it. I mean expensive in terms of time, energy, and momentum. Years of your career that you can't get back. I've talked to hundreds of real estate agents over the years, and when I ask agents who feel stuck, who feel underpaid, who feel unsupported, almost every single one of them traces it back to the same thing. They choose the brokerage without asking the right questions. Maybe they just went where a friend went without thinking it through. And they've been playing for that decision ever since. So today, I'm going to give you the 5 things every real estate agent should evaluate before signing with any brokerage. New agent, experienced agent, someone thinking about switching, this checklist is all for you. These are not complicated questions, but they are the questions that most agents never ask. And when you start asking them, the right decision usually becomes very clear very fast. My name is Scott Coomer. I'm a real estate team leader based in Arizona. Let's get into it. Before I go through each item on the checklist, I want to give you some context on why I put this list together in the first place. Most agents, especially newer agents, choose a brokerage based on 2 things: brand name and whoever recruited them first. That's it. No deeper evaluation, no comparison, just those 2 factors. And here's the problem with that. Brand name tells you how the public perceives the brokerage. It tells you nothing about the brokerage is going to treat you, support you, or set you up to succeed. And whoever recruits you first is not necessarily the person who is best positioned to help you build a career. They're just the person who got to you first. So I built this checklist because I believe agents deserve to make this decision with full information, not partial information, not just a highlight reel that every brokerage recruiter is going to give you, the full picture. Here are the 5 things on the checklist. Number 1, commission structure and fees. Number 2, training and support. Number 3, technology and tools. Number 4, culture and community. Number 5, long-term wealth building. Let's go through each one in detail. Checklist item number 1, commission structure and fees. This is the most obvious one, and it's also the one that most agents often get wrong because they only look at the headline number and ignore everything else underneath it. Here's what I mean. A brokerage tells you they offer an 80-20 split. Great, but that number alone tells you almost nothing. The question you need to be asking are these. First, is there a cap? A cap means there's a maximum amount you pay to brokerage in a given year. Once you hit that cap, you keep 100% of your commission for the rest of the year. Some brokerages have caps, some don't. If yours doesn't, you are paying a percentage every single dollar you earn all year long with no ceiling. That adds up to enormous amounts of money over the course of a career. Second, what are the transaction fees? Some brokerages advertise a great split, but then they charge you a transaction fee at every deal you close. $50, $200, $500 per transaction. Run the math on how many deals you close per year and calculate that those fees actually cost you annually. The headline split suddenly looks a lot less attractive. Third, are there any desk fees or monthly fees? Some brokerages charge you a monthly fee just to be affiliated with them, regardless of whether you close any deals that month. For a newer agent or anyone going through a slow period, that monthly fee is money going out the door with nothing coming in. Fourth, what happens when you're at the top of your production? If you have a big year and you're closing deal after deal, does the math still work in your favor? Some splits and fee structures actually penalize high producers. Make sure yours rewards you as you grow. The bottom line on commission structure is this. Don't just look at the split percentage, look at the total math. What are you actually keeping per transaction? After split, after transaction fees, after monthly fees. And how does that change as your production increases? Write the numbers down, run the actual math for your current production level. The right broker should be getting you more affordable per transaction as you produce more, not staying the same or getting more expensive. Checklist item number 1, commission structure and fees. Know the full math, not just the headline. Checklist item number 2, training and support. This one matters at every stage of your career, not just when you're new, every single stage. Because here's what most agents don't realize. The training you get or don't get in your first 2 years in real estate will shape your habits, your systems, and your income for the rest of your career. The agents who develop strong skills early build on a solid foundation. The agents who don't end up trying to unlearn bad habits years later while you also try to produce. And for experienced agents, training still matters because the market changes. Lead generation strategies that worked 5 years ago don't work the same way today. Technology is changing. Client expectations are changing. The agents who keep learning keep winning. The ones who stop learning get passed by. So here are the training and support questions you need to ask any brokerage before you sign. First, what does the onboarding process look like? When I join, what happens on day 1? Day 30, day 90? Is there a structured onboarding program or am I just handed a desk and a business card and told good luck? Second, is there ongoing training available? Weekly trainings, monthly events, access to recorded content I consume on my own schedule, or is it a one-time orientation, then you're on your own? Third, who is actually delivering the training? Is it experienced, currently producing agents sharing what's actually working right now? Or is it outdated content that was relevant 10 years ago? Fourth, what does day-to-day support look like? If I have a question on transaction, who do I call? How quickly do they respond? Is there a managing broker I can actually reach? Or am I leaving voicemails and hoping for the best? Fifth, is there a team structure available? Because there is a significant difference between joining a brokerage solo and joining a brokerage as part of the team that has systems, coaching, and accountability built in. A team gives you something that no brokerage level training can fully replicate. Experienced agents who are invested in your success because they're working alongside you every day. So when you're evaluating training and support, don't just look at the brochure. Ask to see the actual training calendar. Ask to sit in on a training session. Ask agents who are already at that brokerage what the day-to-day support looks like. Because what a brokerage tells you in the recruiting pitch and what the actual experience is are sometimes very different. Checklist item number 2, training support. Go deeper than the pitch. Checklist item number 3, technology and tools. This one has become more important in the last few years than it ever has before, and it's only going to get more important. Here's the reality. Real estate is still a relationship business at its core. That will never change. But the agents who are winning right now are using technology to do more with less, to follow up faster, to generate leads more efficiently, to manage their database more effectively, to create content at scale. And the brokerage you're with either supports that or it doesn't. So here are the technology questions to ask. First, what CRM does the brokerage provide? A CRM, customer relationship manager, is the system you use to track your leads, manage your follow-up, and stay organized across the entire database. Does the brokerage provide one? Is it a good one? Or are you expected to find and pay for your own? Second, what lead generation tools are available? Does the brokerage have tools to help you generate leads, or is it entirely on you? Some brokerages have partnerships with lead providers, proprietary tools, or training on specific lead generation platforms. Others offer nothing and leave you to figure it out completely on your own. Third, what marketing tools are available? Can you create professional listing material, social media content, and email campaigns through the brokerage's platform? Or are you building everything from scratch with your own subscription? Fourth, is the technology actually current? Some brokerages have technology that was impressive 5 years ago and hasn't been updated since. Ask current agents, not the recruiter, whether the tech tools are actually being used or whether they actually work. Fifth, what is the brokerage doing with AI? Agents who are integrating AI tools into their business are getting a meaningful advantage in speed, efficiency, and output. Is your brokerage helping you understand and use these tools, or are they behind the curve? Here's the bottom line on technology. You are going to be spending money on technology no matter what. The question is whether your brokerage is providing good tools that reduce your out-of-pocket costs, or whether you're paying brokerage fees and then also paying separately for every tool you need to run your business. Add up what you're currently spending on technology every month: CRM, marketing tools, lead generation, software design, transaction management. Now ask the brokerage you're evaluating, which of those do you provide? The difference between what you're spending and what is covered is real money. So checklist item number 3 is technology and tools. Know what's included and what it's actually worth. Checklist item number 4, culture and community. I'll be honest with you, this is the one that most agents often underestimate, especially experienced agents who have been around long enough to think they don't need community anymore. And it's the one that ends up mattering more than almost anything else. Here's why. Real estate is a hard business. There's going to be months where deals fall apart, where your pipeline feels empty, where you start questioning whether this is all worth it. The agents who make it through those moments and come out the other side are almost always the ones who have people around them. People who've been through the same thing and came out the other side. People who pick up the phone when you call. People hold you accountable when you feel like giving up. The agents who quit, and there are a lot of them, are very often the ones who were going through those hard seasons alone. So culture and community is not a soft feel-good item on this checklist. It's a survival fact. Here are the questions to ask. First, what is the day-to-day culture actually like? Not what the recruiter says, not what the website says. What do the agents who are already there say? Ask to talk to 2 or 3 current agents, not agents handpicked by the recruiter, but agents you find yourself, and ask them honestly, what is it like to be here? Second, is there collaboration or competition inside the brokerage? Some brokerages create an environment where agents generally help each other. Others create an environment where everyone is competing for the same clients in the same market and no one shares anything. Which one is this? Third, are there events, masterminds, or community touchpoints that keeps agents connected? Or is it just transactional relationships where you show up, close deals, pay your splits, and go home? Fourth, does the leadership actually care about the agents? This sounds like an obvious thing to want, but the reality is that a lot of brokerage leadership is focused on growing agent count and revenue, not on whether individual agents are actually succeeding. The difference between leadership that cares and leadership that doesn't show up in 1,000 small ways every single day. Fifth, do you actually like the people? This one sounds simple, but it matters. You're going to spend a lot of time around these people. You're going to call them when deals get hard. You're going to share the wins and the losses with them. Make sure they're people you generally want to be around. Culture is not something you can evaluate from a recruiting presentation. You have to experience it. So before you sign with any brokerage, spend time with the agents. Attend an event. Sit in a training. Get a feeling for the energy of the place because the culture of your brokerage is going to affect your motivation, your habits, and your results every single day. Checklist item number 4 is culture community. Don't underestimate it. Checklist item number 5, long-term wealth building. This is one that almost no one talks about during the brokerage selection process, and it might be the most important one on the entire list. Here's the question I want you to sit with for a moment. 10 years from now, if you stay with a brokerage you're considering, what will you have built? Not how much money will you have earned, how much will you have built? Because there is a massive difference between earning income and building wealth. Earning income means you work and you get paid. Building wealth means you create assets that generate value when you're not actively working. Most real estate agents, even very successful ones, are 100% in their earning income column. They have a great year, they earn great money, and then January 1st comes around and they start from zero again. That is an exhausting way to build a career. And it is a very fragile position to be in because your income is entirely dependent on your ability to keep producing at a high level every single day. So here are the long-term building questions to ask. First, does the brokerage offer any form of equity or ownership? Some brokerages give agents the ability to earn stock in the company. That means that as the company grows, your equity grows, even when you're not actively closing deals. Ask whether this is available and under what conditions. Second, is there any form of residual income available? Is there a legitimate structured way to earn income from a production of other agents? Not a pyramid scheme, a real transparent model where the company shares revenue with agents who contribute to its growth. This kind of income doesn't disappear when you take a vacation or have a slow month. Third, what is the long-term financial trajectory of this brokerage? Is it a company that's growing, investing in technology, and building for the future? Or is it a company that's standing still while the industry changes around it? Where a company is headed matters for the value of an equity you earn there. Fourth, what happens to your business if something happens to you? If you get sick, if you need to step back, if life throws you something unexpected, is there anything you've built at this brokerage that continues to generate value? Or does everything stop the moment you stop working? Fifth, are there agents at this brokerage who have successfully built long-term wealth? Not just earned a good income, but actually built wealth through being affiliated here. Ask to hear those stories. Ask for specific examples. Real proof of concept matters. The goal of a long-term real estate career is not just to earn well, it's to build something. Something that gives you options, something to give you security, something that you can eventually step back from, not because you burned out, but because you built it right. The brokerage you choose is either going to help you do that or it's going to make it harder. Make sure to know which one you are signing up for. Checklist item number 5, long-term wealth building. Don't just think about this year, think about the next 10. So let's bring it all together. The 5 items on your brokerage checklist are number 1, commission fees and structures. Know the full math, not just the headline split. Number 2, training and support. Go deeper than the pitch and talk to the real agents about their real experiences. Number 3, technology and tools. Know what's included and what's actually worth it to your bottom line. Number 4, culture and community. Don't underestimate it. It's a survival factor, not a nice to have. Number 5, long-term wealth building. Think beyond this year and ask what you're actually building. Here's how I'd suggest using this checklist. Write down each of these 5 categories. Then for every brokerage you're evaluating, give it a score on each one. Be honest, be specific. Don't just go off the recruiting pitch. Go off of what you find or when you actually dig in. The brokerage that scores well across all 5 of these categories is the one that's going to support not just your next deal, but your next decade. And if you're not sure how to evaluate the answers you're getting, that's exactly what the next step is for. If this checklist raised some questions about your current brokerage or about a brokerage you're considering, I want to help you work through those questions. I do one-on-one Zoom calls with agents who want an honest conversation about their situation. No agenda, no pressure, just a real conversation where I help you think through what you're evaluating and what the right move might be for where you're right now. I've had these calls with agents at every stage. Brand new agents figuring out where to start, experienced agents questioning whether they're in the right place, and team leaders thinking about what they're actually building long term. Whatever your situation is, if you have questions, I want to help you find clarity. The link to book a time directly on my calendar is in the description below. My calendar link is right there. It takes about 30 seconds to book. And if you found this checklist useful, subscribe to this channel. I put out content every week built specifically for real estate agents who want to grow, make smarter decisions, and build something real. I'm Scott Coomer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.